Hey y'all, it's the Kind of Fit Nurse welcoming you back to my channel. And you know, this is a place where we come to get motivated to live our best lives and where we strive for progress and not perfection. So now that you've decided to commit to getting on a health and fitness journey, you may not even know where to start. There are so many avenues that you can take as far as starting a health and fitness journey, and it can be confusing. So today I'm here to give you a beginner's guide to getting fit. So let's get into it. First, I want you to close your eyes and breathe. Now I want you to imagine looking in the mirror at yourself. Look at a more youthful looking you, a more fit you with more energy, and you just feel great. Take it in, visualize, take it in. Now open your eyes, back to reality. Now, in order to see this new you have got to eat healthier and you've got to exercise. And if you're a beginner, this is your beginner's guide to getting fit. First of all, stay away from the sugar. Guys, sugar is my number one weakness. I love honey buns. Oh, I love honey buns. Honey buns, cookies, cakes, pies. Oh my goodness, that's my weakness, and I'm trying. I'm kind of fit, y'all, kind of fit. A work in progress. Anyway, there's so much sugar in food and drinks, it's crazy. And you have to be mindful of what you're eating. Sodas, there is so much sugar in sodas, I can't even begin to explain. But just back away from it a little bit at a time. If you're starting out, don't put so much on yourself. Don't try to cut everything out. If you drink sodas, just stay away from the sodas for a week. See if you can do it. Whatever you can do, stay away from the sugar. Sugar is linked to so many illnesses. Number one that comes to mind is diabetes. You can lose your vision. You can lose toes, legs. I've seen so many amputations due to having diabetes, uncontrolled diabetes. So please, 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 y'all, try and stay away from the sugar. If you're starting out, like I said, start small. If you drink sodas, stay away from the sodas. If you drink coffee and you put sugar in your coffee, try like a stevia blend to sweeten your coffee. That's what I do. I use stevia or Splenda. They say stevia is better than Splenda. I do both of them. It just depends on what I have at the time. But it cuts down on me just putting the sugar, the real sugar in the coffee. So yeah, just simple things like that. Switch out your real sugar like for a stevia or something like that. Next thing is to drink plenty of water. Water keeps everything moving. So how much water, you may ask? Well, you're supposed to drink at least half of your body weight in ounces of water every day. If you can do more than that, then that is awesome. If you weigh 150 pounds, 75 is half of that. So drink at least 75 ounces of water a day. Water is so good for you. I can't say enough about drinking water. A lot of people don't like the taste of water. So you can flavor your water with like fruit, but you still have to be careful with that because fruit contains sugar. Also, you can sweeten it with lime. You can sweeten it with lemon, mint. I do mint and lime or mint and lemon, and then plain water most of the time. But water is so good for you. It keeps everything moving and it helps you stay hydrated as well. So many of us walk around here dehydrated and we don't even know that we're dehydrated. A lot of times when you think you're hungry, you're actually thirsty. Your body is craving water. So if you're hungry at a moment and you go and drink a bottle of water or something like that, then you may find that you're not hungry anymore, because most of the time we're dehydrated. We're not drinking enough water. I'm guilty a whole lot. I struggle with drinking enough water. And regarding the water, people say that filtered water is the best. Everybody can't buy filtered water. Everybody can't buy the little Brita filters. We just can't afford it. So any type of water, tap water is fine. I found out that a lot of the bottled water is actually tap water from other cities. So, you know, just depending on where you are and where you live, filtered water is best, but if you can't get filtered water, plain water will do just fine. Okay, so this next one may have you thinking, may take you by surprise. It is eat. So many people think that you're supposed to starve yourself if you want to lose weight. That is not the way I do things. That is not the way I tell people to do things. You must eat to lose weight. And let me tell you why. Eating every 2 to 3.5 hours gets your metabolism going. You want your metabolism going in order to burn calories. Now, I'm not saying eat a cheeseburger and then the next couple of hours you're gonna eat a big pizza, and you have to make sure that you're eating small meals throughout the day. This keeps your metabolism going, and it keeps you on your toes. It keeps your energy going instead of you starving all day. And then when you do eat, you end up overeating. So we don't want you to do that. We don't want to do that. We don't want to starve all day and then come to a big meal and then you eat your big meal and then you go to bed. That's a no-no. Eat small meals throughout the day to keep your metabolism going, and make sure when you're eating to include raw foods. So always try to include fruits and vegetables in your meals. Also, when you're eating, don't eat and get over full. Just eat until you're satisfied. So sometimes a lot of people overeat because that signal hasn't gone to your stomach yet from your brain that you're full, and so you just keep eating and you keep eating and you're overeating. So just eat to when you're like, I think I'm full, and then stop eating. Also, when you're eating, make sure that you're eating the right thing, including proteins in your diet. I drink a protein shake every single day, especially when I'm on the go and I don't have time to fix breakfast. I always make me a shake, and because it's quick and on the go, I can add it and make it a whole meal. I can add things to it to make it a whole meal, such as spinach, banana, peanut butter, almond butter, whatever I have at that time. So make sure that you're including proteins, you're including your whole grains, and you're including fruits and veggies in your meals. And then you should be set. Now moving on to exercise. But first, I want to put a little disclaimer. Please make sure that you are checking with your healthcare provider before starting any type of cardiovascular exercise program. We don't want you to start any type of program and you're not ready to do it. Please get clearance from your doctor before you start an exercise program. Now, the most simplest thing that you can do as a beginner is walk. Just start walking. Go outside, walk in your neighborhood. Do 3 days a week of walking, 30 minutes a day. That'll get you started doing something. Like I said, if you have a gym membership, go to the gym, walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes. Go to the mall and walk for 30 minutes. I don't know if they still do that now, but guys, I remember when I was little and my mom took me to the mall, I used to see people just walking around the mall, and I remember like, why are they walking in the mall? But now I know, I mean, they were doing something that they needed to do, and they were mainly like middle-aged and older women and men just walking around in the mall. They had their tennis shoes on and they were getting it, but they were doing something. As long as you're getting your heart rate up to a certain rate to burn calories, that is great. Did you know that there was a recent study that showed that walking just an hour a day lowered the breast cancer risk in women? I mean, come on, that's a no-brainer. So after you've been walking for a while and you're feeling good about that, you're feeling great, and you want to move on to something else, you can start adding a little bit more cardio, going to the gym and getting on the elliptical machine or doing the treadmill a little longer. It just depends on your goals. But this is just the beginner's guide, so I'm not gonna dive into like what else that you can be doing, because this is just when you're starting out. But after you have been walking for a while and you want to start something else, which is weight training. Now, weight training is very good, especially for us women, because we need to keep our muscle tone intact. You know what I mean? Look at that. So yeah, weight training is really good. I love weight training. Weight training for me is like the bee's knees. I love weight training. Did I say I love weight training? Anyway, so with weight training, you have to be very careful. When you're first starting out, you don't want to go in there and lifting like 100 pounds and 50 pounds and you don't know the right technique to do the weight training. So I suggest that if you go to the gym, you get some assistance. Either get you a personal trainer or you get someone that works at the gym and tell them, hey, I'm just starting out. Can you give me some tips and tricks on what I should do as far as the weights? The amount of weight that you're lifting should be starting out very light. With weight training, you can injure yourself, especially if you're just starting out. So you want to make sure that you are lifting the right amount of weight and having the right technique. It's very important because you don't want to injure yourself or pull something and then you're out of doing anything because you've hurt yourself. And then once you've been doing it for a while, then you can up in your weights and you can challenge yourself. You know, you don't want to overtrain either. You don't want to go in there and work your arms to death and then you not want to do anything else. You want to vary your workouts. You want to do arms maybe and shoulders one day, and then the next day you want to do like legs and glutes or something like that. You don't want to overtrain your muscles. That's very important because you'll end up burning out your muscles and then you don't want to work out the next day or the day after that or the day after that. And one more important thing that I do want to mention is to make sure that you guys are stretching. Stretching is so important. You want to make sure that you're stretching before you work out and after you work out. Stretching helps you with muscle recovery, it helps lengthen your muscles, and it helps with soreness as well. You want to make sure that you're stretching. A lot of times I forget or I just don't stretch after a workout. I do my little workout and then I'm like, I'm done. But I always come back and stretch. I have a stretch day, especially if I've worked out for 5 days a week. I make sure that I stretch those muscles out because if you don't, you have a risk of injuring yourself and you do not want to do that. That hurts. Get a massage. There's a foam roller I know that you can get, and there's one in the gym to like just massage that lactic acid that's built up in your muscles and stretch that out as well. So stretching is very, very important. Don't miss that step, guys. These are just some beginning tips to get you on your health and fitness journey. Just imagine how absolutely incredible you're gonna feel after you get started. Because I know if I can do it, you can do it too. So let's get it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of my tips, tricks, etc., etc. Send you guys a day full of love, laughter, and blessings. See you next time. Bye.